My name is Oscar.
My name is Carl.
And this is Who Would Watch This? Welcome to Who Would Watch This, the podcast where we watch a film, we chat about the film, and then we try and figure out who would watch this.
Today we're talking about A Bug's Life, which currently has a 7.2 on IMDb, a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 3.5 on Letterboxd. Oscar, what's the plot?
I like you said only has a 7. Like you were just like, a bunch of people were hyping up this nonsense. A misfit ant looking for warriors to save his colony from greedy grasshoppers recruits a group of bugs that turn out to be an inept circus troupe. Wow, bloody wee, Carl. Wow.
That sounds like a comedy for the ages.
People have been saying that.
That's the most 1998 plot I've ever heard.
That exactly. They really nailed the time, you know? It really was the late 90s.
I was 2
Bug
when
antics.
this came out.
Oh my God, all right.
Isn't that fun for all?
Yeah, I was 1. So, you know, I'm full of youth. Carl, before we, chat about Bug's Life and discuss Antz, should we go to last week before we'd seen the other half?
Oh, when we were trying to predict who we thought would watch this? Yeah,
I think we should go back.
We should play the tape.
Carl, A Bug's Life. Have you seen it? Have you felt it? What's your feeling? How are you feeling right now? You look okay. You look good. This works. This works.
I'm getting by.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to...
That's the look that's on your face right now. Guy getting by.
I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm a grown man trying to looking at watching A Bug's Life this week. It's a tough life to live.
It's funny flicking for a calendar, being like, I don't know, doctor's appointment. Should I, get a colonoscopy? Oh, there's Bug's Life.
Bug's Life. Get my prostate checked. Cry. I've got to schedule my cries.
What's
now.
the one where you shit in a box and send in the mail? That is a thing you have to do. There's a thing.
I'm shaking my head.
No, you shouldn't shake your head.
I don't know.
Guys, get checked for whatever that is, or just start shitting in boxes and send it through the mail. You guys do you.
It should find its place. It should find its way to the right place.
Yeah,
you don't even need to address it.
The post office is like, big bag of poop. Send it out to the medical.
They're like,
guys.
add it to that pile over there. We find it a home. It gets to where it needs to be.
The post, huh?
Yeah, the post. Look, A Bug's Life. Not one of my favorite Pixar films. I reckon conservatively, I've seen this like 3 times in my life.
Young, have you seen it recently?
No, I have not seen this in.
Gotcha.
Years,
so you at like 10 was just like, it's not for me. And I guess you were. I guess you did have Toy Story 1, 2, Up, Incredibles.
Yeah,
maybe a Wall-E.
I think by the time, if I remember,
Finding Nemo.
I'm trying to remember going to the movies for Pixar, like actually going to the cinema. I remember seeing Incredibles. Mm-hmm. That's probably the earliest Pixar movie I can remember going to.
Yep.
And so I think by the time my parents were like giving me Pixar movies on DVD and VCR and renting them for me, and A Bug's Life popped up, I think I didn't like the animation.
Gotcha. Bit too dated.
Yeah.
So I feel like they kept updating the Toy Story one. They were like, this is good.
Yeah.
We nailed it first go. And Bug's Life, they're like, it's fine. We'll leave it.
Fine.
You guys can, it's janky, but it's fine. We'll leave it there. We'll
I don't think I ever really gelled with it. And then on top of that, I don't think I ever particularly found it a very engrossing.
You didn't connect to Flik, the inventor?
Oh, God. I couldn't tell.
You didn't connect to their struggles,
See, even you saying the inventor, that's... I don't know what you're on about. In my memory, the story of A Bug's Life is there's an ant.
Yep.
And then a circus comes to town, and they're con artists and stuff, and then Kevin Spacey's a grasshopper.
Giving a performance, yeah.
And I think the grasshoppers are villains, and then the circus helps out.
Yeah.
And
you've nailed the plot.
Yeah.
I will say in recent years, I feel like, I don't know, with everything that's going on in the world, for some reason, everyone was like, you know what, that ant monologue from A Bug's Life really popped off for a hot minute. There was like a TikTok with like 2 million
What's
likes.
The monologue?
Just like pretty much like, we're a group of ants and we can stand up to the 1%. And everyone's just like, that goes hard
like a
right
good
now.
eat the rich moment for the ants.
Yeah. Good eat the rich
I'm not
moment.
shocked.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, so I don't really have much of a memory or recollection.
We're not here to discuss Bug's Life. We're here to compare Ants and A Bug's Life.
We're going to be comparing.
Because I feel like a lot of people have essentially whatever their childhood opinion was, whatever one they had at home, and they're like, that's the better one. So I'm keen to figure out what.
I know. Again, for if you didn't listen to the Antz episode, I was staunchly an Antz kid.
Yeah.
So I didn't. Not that I think I realized
I'm a Bug's Life boy. I'm a Bug's Life boy.
Yeah, and there's a reason. There's a reason that there's always been a distance between the two of us as hosts.
Yeah.
And this is the hole between us.
Yeah.
That needs to be filled.
And I'd love to fill it, and yet just a big pile of dead ants might not do the trick.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
And also the thing is Antz didn't live up to the hype.
Yeah.
People have been saying that.
Isn't it crazy? You go down the Metacritic, go, I'm only watching films with 96% Rotten Tomato score, and Antz just did not live up to the hype.
Well, that's the thing about Antz. It is very good.
Antz
is a very good film.
I feel like I edited the last episode, and we came up the gate with no information. So I have gone out and reached out and like figured out what the hell the whole thing was. Essentially, is it John Ratzenberg and what's the
John
guy?
Lasseter?
John Lasseter. What's it called? Michael Eisner. He works at Disney. He's the CEO. The guy who's like, hey, I'm kind of nailing it. Made Beauty and the Beast. Made Finding the Little Mermaid one.
Yeah.
All that stuff. He's like, I want to be like CEO. He's like, no, fuck off. So he goes off, makes DreamWorks.
Yeah.
He's making this whole ant thing. And then, but Pixar has this idea. So they make Toy Story and then immediately start working on Bug's Life. He takes that idea, and then it's just this spite thing where they're both trying to pretty much rush the Antz production. So then you just get this film, both films just quite quickly, shoddily together.
Yeah.
But at one point, there was only 3 fully animated films for kids, and 2 of them were Antz. Isn't that fun?
What was the other one?
Toy Story. Yeah.
Did they come out the same year?
Came out the same 1 month apart. from each
Really?
other. It was
How dumb.
It's honestly, that's the fun of them. Both essentially because DreamWorks only had Pixar had 2 years extra on them.
Yeah, okay.
So they pretty much fast forwarded this so quickly, and I think you can tell an Ant. So I'm keen to see in Bug's Life if they've got more fleshed out ideas and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I haven't watched a really early Pixar film in a long time.
Yeah.
So I am really excited to...
I feel like even Toy Story 2 is like, because I think they've remastered it, but they have not done it for this one. So I'm keen to see all
Why
the
would
jank.
they? Wow. A Bug's Life really won at the box office, hey?
It was, yeah. It did.
363 million to 171 million.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you go violent.
Yeah.
And that's the thing as well. Antz is very good. It's not for me. It's just not for me, but it is very good. It's very good.
I like you're a toothless critic. That's just like, I don't want to.
I can acknowledge it's good.
Yeah.
Absolutely acknowledge it's good. It's not for me.
It's just not for me.
It's just not for me.
So Carl, who would watch A Bug's Life?
I guess if you didn't like Antz, you're probably going to really
I
like
just
A
love
Bug's
the idea
Life.
of walking out the cinema being like, I would never go, because Bug's Life came out first, essentially.
Yeah.
So essentially they spitefully pushed it forward another 2
Yeah.
months. But I love walking out of A Bug's Life being like, you know what? That just wasn't for me. Maybe I'll go back and be burnt once again. Someone got burnt twice with 2 animated films in one month. What a horrible life that would have been, you know?
What about you? Who do you reckon's going to watch A Bug's Life? What's your relationship to A Bug's Life?
I loved it as a child. I watched
Yeah.
it a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
And I guess who would watch this? I guess lovers, poets, people that sort of respect themselves.
Do you have a
know.
favorite Pixar film? I think I'm excited because we very rarely, one, do, I guess, well-reviewed movies on the podcast, and 2, Pixar is obviously a huge part of millennials. So
100%.
I was like, let's open up the conversation, though. Do you have a favorite Pixar film?
I guess, like in my older age, I guess the one that you can kind of go back to is Ratatouille. That's
Yeah.
kind of the one that I mean, maybe not as a kid. I wasn't like, I love his French cuisine, but I feel like it's the one that probably stands the test of I feel like I love a Toy Story too. You know,
Yeah.
that's my childhood one, and I feel like on a rewatch, I'm like, that's a great sequel. You know,
Yeah.
In
I
recent
find-
years, I think probably Inside Out is probably the last one that I'm like fully connected to. I haven't still seen Soul, but maybe
Yeah.
that was the one that I've heard that's the Inside Llewyn Davis for children, which I thought was just a crazy. I'm like, whoa! I love that Pixar's like, we gotta make kids film, but then a bunch of 40-fucking-year-olds are still like, is it for me? I'm like, yeah, he's a sad guy, didn't nail it in life.
This one's about jazz. Kids love jazz.
Yeah, they're like, hey, you old fucking fogies, go check out this one, you freaks. I haven't seen. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like all the kiddie one. I'm not gonna be. Like,
Yeah, I find that there's like a kiddie quality to them now, and I think the last one that didn't have it was Soul. Though I think that the 2 that I think I did in the end reflect pretty positively on Luca. I think that was a nice one. Just because I think I like the setting of like seaside Italy.
Yeah.
I think that was really nicely animated.
And again, we're getting the bits that are for adults. I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be nice to be in Italy right now?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I was like, this is like an animated travel vlog. Like-
It's hard to like have the same. I feel like people like, I get a lot out of Pixar, but now they're not for us, And I
Yeah.
don't think that's not a bad thing.
No, not at all. I think issue is that, well, not that it is like an issue, but like, you watch something like an Across the Spider-Verse and you go, animated movies can still be for kids and adults, in a really, really strong way.
Yeah.
So I don't know why Pixar, I think, is flopped in this other direction, because I'm really sick of its animation style that it's chosen to do for a lot of its movies.
What's it called? It's not Illumination. So it's the...
I call it Beam Mouth.
Yeah. It's the Turning Red, the Lucas, the sort of...
Because then you get ones like when they have to do pre-established animation like a Toy Story, like the humans in Toy Story don't look anything like the humans in Turning Red.
Yeah.
I go, wow, this is much nicer.
Excellent,
I way more prefer this. And so I don't know why they're so intent on doing it.
I guess they're just. I guess they must just know that's the style that kids are connecting to, and at a certain point,
because Pixar's not doing great anymore.
No, I think they're following Illuminations.
Yeah.
Illuminations have gone for that sort of similar style, that sort of simplistic one, and then I think they've gone. That's just how the industry's going. We want to make a kids film. Like kids aren't being like, oh, the legacy of Pixar. Like, what do they really?
No,
have,
I know they don't.
know?
I'm really excited for Netflix has Brad Bird's new film.
Cool.
Do you know this called Ray Gun? And it's a set in the future, but it's like 60s or 50s aesthetic, and it's a neo-noir thriller.
Great.
And
Sick.
Yeah, I know. I was like, this sounds great.
Oh my god! I mean, I love Iron Giant. I think he did that as well. But he also did The Incredibles, and that whole like that vibe, that futurism. I can't remember what it's called. That style.
Yeah.
That looks great. So cool, funky.
But A Bug's Life, where who's it for?
Look. Wise people. I think I'm keen.
Why did it resonate with you? Going off of memory, when was the last time you watched it?
I think I liked Flik. I think I liked that he was a bit of a freaking outsider. I feel like, at me at 6, I was like, I'm always inventing. I made a lot of things. I was the first one to make the iPhone, and guess what? Steve Jobs took that out of my hands and said, spit it in my face. Yeah. But, I was an outsider. People did not like that when BlackBerry.
People hated it. You meant to stay in line.
Yeah, 2005 was not a kind year for me. I feel like I'm gonna honestly get out of this. I feel like it's gonna be a pretty basic story. I think it's gonna be like 3 jokes. I'm going, it's pretty good, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I think when you look at all the Pixar stuff, you're like, okay, it's probably like lower than Cars,
Yeah.
Which is, crazy.
I'm interested to see if it can, because my memory is I didn't like A Bug's Life very much, and we've just watched Antz, and I didn't like that. So it's like, in the end here, what if I just lose twice?
It's funny that there was one guy in 1998 that is going to have the exact same experiences you're about to have of watching 2 Antz films and going, I didn't like either, and I spent a lot of money on them, huh?
It looks like there's about $500 million at the box office in relation to animated movies, and everyone lost.
It's crazy they burnt the Ant well so quickly.
So fast.
Not another Ant thing's come out since,
What about Epic? Huh? Remember DreamWorks' Epic?
Actually, for a hot minute, there was a bit with the...
They were trying to do it again. Ant Bully, Epic.
What if things were small in the grass? And I think they went, we can do it. And they went,
you know what? I don't think people like things that are small, because I don't think anyone even really likes Ant-Man. And I don't think they've ever been able to get people to connect with, like, what if things were small?
Which is a shame, because I think everyone on paper goes, I would love to be, like, down in the grass. And you go, oh, that it?
It's kind of filthy down there.
Yeah, kind of disgusting.
Kind of dirty.
Yeah. Ugh, gross. Disgusting. Fucking yuck.
Yuck. Oscar, A Bug's Life. Let's get it off the bat. Man, how much better has the Pixar logo gotten?
Oh, what do you mean? Just like the lamp?
Yeah. I was like, it looks much nicer now. Seeing it not redone. I don't know what version you sort of saw.
I saw on Disney Plus.
Right. Had they redone the beginning? Do you reckon?
I don't think so, because I remember it was nostalgic, because the Disney Class was just the blue background, and then the lamp that was jank. I was enjoying the jank because I feel like they've smoothed out every polygon now, so it was fun seeing like a fly's eye, and they were like, no, it's 18 polygons, which was quite endearing, They were like, we nailed water. It's like, what about something else? They're like, no.
That's it. I do think that you can see in comparison to Antz, this Pixar is showing off having better animation. What stage they're like, we're going to do fire because we can. And you go, yep, you can.
They can. At one point, I remember at the end of the film, there's just a bit where they're just like, here's the screensavers of the film. And my partner was like, what the fuck are they doing here? And I was just like, they're flexing. See that piece of grass? Just cuz.
It's just cuz.
Let's get into it. I do think, just comparing him, Antz feels like a first draft that they then have made into a film, and this feels like they've they've really whittled it down to essentially what they want to do. That's how I feel, because I think that's literally what the production was.
There is clearly an element of Pixar, like already, where you go, this is operating on a better field of just like things are paying off, better characterizations. Pixar's definitely, you can see it's getting the magic.
Yeah.
I have not watched such an early Pixar film in a long time. It was really fun to watch them be like, you're standing up, but you're not running yet.
Yeah.
You know, but I can see that you are doing a lot, like you're doing way better than what DreamWorks
I think that circus troupe they have, they're like, ooh, half of these characters are great, other half pretty forgetful.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah,
that's
and
fine.
I mean, just in terms of like, I think the movie's really quick to get going, which is something Antz was very slow at doing.
Yeah, I think look, it really is just like a first draft, like 19th draft. Like the pacing is every scene's flowing into the next one. It doesn't feel that long. Antz drags incredibly, and it feels like they've got like 5 in big sequence, whereas Bugs Life feel like it bleeds in like 12. It feels good.
The differences as well is because Antz is probably more akin to, say, a Saving Private Ryan. You know, a Bug's Life is more like a bubblegum movie. So, you know, they're going for different things.
What's a bubblegum movie?
Yeah, no, it's just something you chew on, the flavor goes away and you spit it out, you know? Whereas Antz had grit.
Yeah, like a Spielberg epic, you know? That's what people would be. Yeah,
that's what I'd compare it to.
Yeah. This is really the Schindler's List of Antz, really.
The thing that's great about the movie Antz with a Z is the fact that there are a lot of ants. Watching A Bug's Life, I didn't get the feeling there were a lot of ants.
Gotcha. Okay, so you think the coloring was lacking, you know?
Yeah, if I had to say, like, look, I think already we're like a couple minutes into the movie, I'm going, wow, A Bug's Life is winning pretty quickly, but there's not a lot of ants.
Dare I say, Antz has sequences where there's straight lines of maybe 1,000 ants.
Yeah.
Bug's Life probably has, I don't know, 100 people standing around.
There's a shot when they're like, the colony, and you're like, it's not a lot of ants.
Look, it's 100 ants, granted, but then again...
Later, there's like a way more ants, and you go, well, where are all the ants? Like, because I think the numbers keep going up and down.
I think that's ants, you know? They're doing other things, you know? And that's the thing.
Not to me. I love that they did not want to show tunneling in this movie. They were like, that's a weird thing to even bother to show. We're not even going to do it. Antz is doing that? Oh, that movie's in the grave already.
Oh my God. They were like, what if we did New York? Isn't it funny that both... And again, I feel like constantly people are stealing. It's like the Cold War for Pixar and DreamWorks.
Yeah.
Because they're all just stealing ideas. There's another New York sequence in this one. Because they were like, not the tunnels, but what if the circus guys were in New York?
I think I love a Pixar movie. Now, like in retrospect, you're seeing this movie and you can go, oh, like Pixar's getting into the groove of this is the life of like a car or a bug or a fish. And this is how it operates. And this is their Madison Square Garden. And this is what a vehicle is to them. And it's like, do I really give a shit? And I think the movies that
but here's the thing. I feel like immediately go, you know what? I don't think it's interesting. Because honestly, that Cars 2, I feel like goes, what if you saw Spain in the Cars land? You're like, this breaks a lot of boundaries. You know, I feel like Shark Tale has the issue of like, it's New York. God, they just love sucking off New York, don't they? Jesus Christ. Finding Nemo doesn't do that.
Yes, I think Pixar works out that the better thing to do is set up the world and put them on an adventure.
Yeah.
Something that blew my mind when watching A Bug's Life is when it was beginning, I was like, oh, I forgot he must go on a long adventure and just comes back with the troop at the end. But he brings the troop back within half an hour.
Yeah.
He doesn't have an adventure.
Yeah.
So I think the
And
Pixar
then we're spoiled with, and I know you compared it to Schindler's List, but
you did that.
No. Saving Private Ryan. I will say, in terms of action, wow, we get 45 minutes of plot, and then 45 minutes of some of the most intense action sequences.
Talking about ants.
Talking about Bug's Life.
You're talking about ants over there.
Don't put Z's in my mouth. Don't put ants with Z in my mouth. Okay, I don't want them. I don't fucking want them. Okay, things I'm loving. 1, the apostrophe in the Bug's Life is a little bug. Isn't that clever?
It's very good. It's very good. I agree. I fully agree.
Yeah, look, it's probably the best logo I've seen for a film ever. I can't believe they blew their load this quickly with the font. You know, I'm just thinking like, what's Toy Story got? What's Ratatouille got?
It was one of those things where when A Bug's Life came up in font, I was like, they've got Antz beat. It's like they've done it pretty quick. Antz had a weird letter in it. You know, these guys have got the busted. They have more going on. I got to as well straight off the bat. Like when we were watching Antz, I was like, God, this is a fucking drab looking movie. Bug's Life, they're like green. All the ants are blue.
They were like, we're going to be outside for most of it, and quite frankly, greenery. And the ants are all blue, and they look. They don't look exactly like ants, but I prefer
they're so smart to give them characterizations and hats.
Yeah,
so smart to give them hats. They're like, this one gets a hat.
This one's old. Yeah. This one's got
They were smart as well to go. We don't need to see the Queen just squirting out kids. We don't have to give a realistic approach to how an ants colony works.
You can kind of vibe out that they're all siblings and brothers. I don't want to see squirting out lava. You know,
I think because when I was watching Antz, I was like, man, the life of a queen is sad.
Whereas this one, pretty good. That's a classic royalty. They also get to wings. Yeah, I didn't realize ants got wings.
They both have a princess. There was a thing where
they're both fawning over the princess. Yeah, you know? But one's in Seinfeld, so it was funner.
Yeah. So who is Flik?
He's just like a Pixar animator, producer sort of vibe. And they're like, we like your voice. Click.
Yeah, because I was surprised he wasn't a name when I was looking him up.
Because everyone else has got a name.
Yeah, it's pretty star-studded cast for the time. And I will say as well, a much better cast film than Antz. 100%. I think the voice acting really just falls into the characters in a fantastic way. Who's the ladybug? Is that Christian Slater?
It's not Dennis Leary. Is it Dennis Leary? He plays it's Diego in Ice Age.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Like really suits the characterization. Like
I don't think DreamWorks got the memo on how to do voice acting for a while because they're always high.
Takes them a while.
They're always like I feel like Shark Tale is pretty bad. Maybe like only like Jack Black's well casted in that. All the rest are just like, oh, this is grim. Yeah, but they're all A-listers.
I do think I like Kung Fu. Like, I think Kung Fu Panda gets good because I think Dustin Hoffman's well cast in that. I think whoever does the turtles really good. Yeah. Like, obviously the famous five of them, I think, are all ring-in celebrities that don't disappear. But the core members, I think, work in Kung Fu Panda. That's like 07. Ian McShane as the villain, I think, is excellent.
Yeah, all those villains are pretty good.
But
I
do think they're slow.
Yeah.
I think they're really slow. I think Pixar really works out what to do pretty quick.
Because these are all, and I feel like they're great of just getting like, it just feels like they're honestly, Pixar's a bunch of nerds, and they're all like alt comedy, because they just constantly get like, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. I feel like, what's the guy's name who plays like Kevin Spacey's brother? He's so funny. He's on John Mulaney Live. Richard Kind.
Yeah, Richard Kind.
He's really good.
Excellent.
Toy Story 2 also does
Introducing kids to Richard Kind.
Yeah.
What a choice. It must have been wild back in the time being like, oh, I can be like a comedian and Pixar's interested in casting me because I've got a weird mannerisms to my voice.
Yes. But constantly Pixar did that, you know? They've done that. I mean, Larry the Cable Guy, like, unfortunately, is great casting.
I think Patton Oswalt's incredible as Remy. Yeah. Like, I think that's fantastic casting. I think Pixar has always done well. Everybody in The Incredibles, I think, is excellent. Craig T. Nelson and Holly Hunter are just awesome. Yeah. So, look, Pixar, they've nailed the casting here. The grasshoppers come in pretty early into the movie. They're very good at going, this is the stakes. Yeah. Everything's being set up really, really fast.
I feel like, and I really did appreciate that this was pretty scary. I thought the grasshoppers pretty threatening. Kevin Spacey comes in, and that's before the allegations, so he's just a good at characterization.
Yeah. I do love that both of them are so entwined that they've both got a cancelled celebrity in them.
I love a big one as well.
Yeah, like an early big one.
Yeah, big sex pest, big freak. Really, and I feel like both of them are just like, will they be redeemed? No. But they tried. Yeah, both tried. Woody was just like, what if I just did it? And everyone went, you can't make movies anymore. Not in America, at least. And Kevin Spacey's like, killed them all.
I can't wait to show Bug's Life to my kid and then be like, now that grasshopper, we're going to watch his YouTube videos from Christmas 20 years ago. Look at how weird this is, son.
Why is he doing that accent? Well,
don't know.
You don't give them context.
No context.
Yeah, that's just what he sounds like now.
That's
he grew into the voice, you know?
Would you believe he's trying to make everybody make us think we feel bad for him because he's now like just a piano player in premium hotels in Greece?
I think it was Israel. I think he was playing it there.
No, it was in Greece.
Oh, he was in Greece.
He was in Greece.
Good for him.
Everybody was like, these hotels are beautiful. Like, what do you... Fuck you.
I don't know.
Save your money.
I don't want to support Kevin Spacey, but if I was at if I was in Athens and I was just at a shitty hotel and Kevin Spacey's on the piano, I'm not endorsing it, but I'll take a picture.
I wouldn't.
Oh, wow.
I think...
Mr. Brave over here.
I think it'd be one of those things where I'd be so interested in going up to... Because, I mean, let's face it, he's a criminal. And so you'd go up to him and not that he would answer honestly, but I would love to ask,
What if he was just like,
what was it like? What was it actually like to be so horrifically on top of the world and just fucking torpedo
He'd be like,
down?
Carl. He's like, I know your name. I can sense it. That's Kevin Spacey. He's like, it was a rush like no other. And quite frankly, I want to get back to it.
Yeah, I think that's what's so sad is you can see these people like clawing.
Yeah.
Their
It's
way
not they
back.
want to redeem. It's just like, I want to continue my
I
crimes.
want
Can
to
I?
be famous and get away with what I was doing. And you go, God, you're just disgusting, aren't you?
But in this film, he's terrific.
Yeah.
He's very spooky. And I like in the kids' film that they're like, we're gonna scare these kids. Fuck
Yeah.
it. Still got that 80s, 90s mentality. It's like, we don't care.
Yeah.
You know?
So something I thought was missing from A Bug's Life that I think Pixar really... I think maybe Monsters, Inc. was their first one that really nailed it.
Monsters Inc. I forgot. That's a great one as well.
Probably... I don't know the
cast as
timeline
well.
of I don't know the timeline of Pixar.
So Toy Story 1, Bug's Life, Toy Story 2, and then you've got Monsters Inc.
Yeah, so I think obviously Toy Story 2 is the one where they figure out heart.
Yeah.
Because then I think Monsters, Inc. has a lot of heart, and then from that point on, until they get to Up, when they go, oh, we can make them cry, and we'll try and do that every time.
Yeah.
But I think the sweet spot for heart is like in between Toy Story 2 and Up.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a lot of heart missing from this movie, where I'm like, do I really care about Flik and the relationship to the princess?
No, you don't.
Like-
I think your driving force is sort of like, can these ants overtake the grasshoppers, which
Yes,
is fine.
yeah.
I think as a child, you're like, yeah, that's good. You know?
Getting us away from the colony is the smartest thing the movie does. I think going where our main leads are actually going to be the circus and Flik, and they'll come back and help the colony.
Yeah.
But like the amount of fucking characters from the colony in Antz, I was just doing my head in.
It was, and you're just like, J-Lo's here? I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Essentially, we get...
It was nice watching a bug movie that wasn't like sexually driven. You know, I think that was what was weird about ants was they were like, isn't this a hot ant? And you're like, I don't want to get this on my
And for some
screen.
reason, they're like, we did anatomical correct ants. Just like, I don't know, guys, pick a lane, you know? Make a
Yeah.
sexy ant or make a right ant, you know? That's right, I'll say it. When I look at an ant, I look disgusted.
Yeah.
I'm not into that shit.
Look, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, and look, I get a lot of people are into ants, not me. I don't think I could.
This guy's in denial.
I've
This
never
guy's a
been-
big ant head,
You're
okay?
probably right.
Yeah.
I'll give it another crack.
Just putting your face in a colony of ants, like, you know what? Maybe I might jizz. This is good. We should quickly just go through the plot. Essentially, Flik fucks up the food. The grasshoppers come down and go, hey, not on. You guys have got 2 days, until the leaf falls.
He is an inventor.
Yeah.
Which at the time, most animated movies had an inventor in them. I remember the Robinsons one.
I do
God,
remember.
I hated that one.
That is a pretty miserable one. I feel like the evil guy is the best part of that film, but that's just so...
Yeah,
got so much heart.
He always
and I hate
rocks
it.
up at the horror nights in Disneyland. I love watching those videos and they're like, "Look, it's the bowler hat man."
That's a big get, honestly.
It's a big get.
It's funny, iconically, I feel like that's the get, really.
Yeah,
That's
he's
good
a
stuff.
weird slender figure with a mustache.
Yeah.
He's just kind of memorable for that film.
God, Can I have a chance meatballs also? Kids love inventors, you
People
know?
love inventors.
Yeah, it's a good tag. But yeah, so pretty much Flik has to now go out and figure it out. The colonies go nuts, we don't care, you know?
Yeah, they don't expect him to come back. He also really fucks them up in a way that, and this was sort of terrifying to me, is the grasshoppers say, hey, you've got to double the amount of food that you collect, and if not, I'm going to come back and kill you all.
Yeah.
I do struggle with the motives of the grasshoppers. So the grasshoppers, it turns out...
That's probably the strongest part of the film. What are you not getting?
Well, so they don't want to be overrun by the ants. Yes, but they don't want to. They don't want to work for food.
They know that
Yeah.
the ants could take over them.
Yes.
There are no immediate danger from the ants.
Yeah.
But they don't want to work for their food. So
Yeah.
they're using them almost as the slave labor. you
Yes.
know?
Okay. So the main thing is they don't want, because a part of me was like, I probably looked away or wasn't paying attention, so it is my bad. But I thought it was the fact that he was mainly just scared about being overrun, and the food was secondary. but I just feel like there's a way for him to have handled the whole situation where he's fictitious the whole time without the ants overthrowing him.
No. Here's the thing: he's abusing his power, so he does not. He's a classic. This is like 1%, 99% sort of vibe. You know, he knows he could just get his food. That's fine.
Yeah.
But then he's scum getting his food. Why would you do that when you get the ants to do it for you? But to do that, you need to use control and you need to use fear and manipulation so they can work.
There's
for
just
you.
not enough grasshoppers for him to get away with this. Though.
I feel like
I don't know how
Carl,
he thought he could.
This literally, this is the world right now.
I know, I get, but it's just like. But here's the thing.
What I'm saying
we're
is-
never gonna rise up.
Speak for yourself. I went out and bought a gun. I just thought, fuck it, you know. And I gotta tell you guys, I'm in the 1%. I stole a buttload of money as well.
Yeah, I would love to see a billionaire fed to the birds. Imagine if they're like, we're doing a live feeding with a bunch of crows. Be like, all right.
I think a lot of people would come out for that. I feel like
think they would.
Yeah, at the vibe at the moment, go nuts. You know.
Okay, so let's talk about the circus. So we
Yeah.
get introduced to our cast of characters.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite here?
Great.
Favorite, least favorite?
Okay. Oh, I gotta tell you, I love Stick.
Yeah, I loved Stick.
Stick's really fun. I think he's got a fun voice actor. I'm not sure who it is. Oh, sorry, it's the guy from Frasier who plays Sideshow Bob's brother, Cecil. I can't remember his name, but he's Frasier's.
Yeah, isn't it
I've never seen Frasier.
David Hyde Pierce?
Maybe yes. He plays him. That's great.
He's
casting.
very good as well.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't come back for the reboot, and that was a good call by him.
The Bugs
The
Life
Frasier
2?
reboot.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you got my hopes up. so maybe don't. Maybe fucking
It's always in the
temper
works.
my expectations.
Pixar's constantly coming up with reasons to not make a Bugs
They
Life
are
2.
being like, it just isn't going to work. But yes, no, Stick's probably my hat. I'm loving it. Loving the ladybug.
Yeah.
I'm loving these little the Russian bugs.
Yeah.
I would say probably grasshopper or probably spider. Probably
There's Drum Spider.
now drum spider's good.
Yes, but
Got a little goatee.
falls out of the film, right? I feel it's at the beginning and then
I think
at
that,
the end.
Yeah, I think they were like, okay, the circus actually has to be run by a crew.
Yeah.
They don't get, but Reggae Spider, the two light bugs,
Yeah.
and there's another one. I think it's the two millipedes who run the stuff. They're also my favorite.
Yeah.
They get no lines, but they've got good vibes. Would
Yeah.
love to hang with them. I feel like, I'm working the circus. I step out. These guys are smoking behind the corner. I'm like, hey, guys, what's your vibe?
Yeah.
They're sick.
So they do nail how out of touch the circus is. I think that there's a really great.
What?
they nail that. I thought they.
I didn't know that needed to be depicted in a film.
I thought it really.
What are you
needed
on
to-
about?
Well, because look, I've seen Madagascar 3. I think it's a little bit too pro circus, if you ask me. I think A Bug's Life was on top of it being like, this is a mess.
I don't think you're saying even like the animal cruelty. I think you're just like the vibe of a circus, not for me.
Yeah, no, I think that there's a part where a fly leaves with two kids and she goes, I've seen piles of shit better than that. And I went, that's a great read. It's a great read.
One flies like, and I was having a hoot. One flies like, I live for 24 hours. I'm not wasting all this. That's good stuff.
I think I got one laugh out of the movie.
Oh yeah.
And that was when the stick got lost in all the sticks.
Really
that
good.
was a really good bit. I was like, that's the shit I need. If that joke was in Antz is a full recommend. 5 out of 5, but it's not. But it's
It's
not
a 4.5.
Antz.
It's a 4.5.
It's a simple 4.5, and it is very good. It is a very good film.
Who are you loving bug wise? Are you just like
I loved Stick and I loved the Ladybug. I didn't love the German caterpillar as much as I thought I would.
Mm-hmm.
I think
my
vibe
love
of him is from the ending of Toy Story 2.
Of course, yes, the
I think
accent-
I've realized that's where it's at for me.
I also didn't think he had much going on for him,
He was just fat and jolly, and I
Yeah.
think we've gotten past that.
We have. As a society, we're not looking for that anymore.
I'm not looking for that in a caterpillar.
It's definitely a fun dated film. There's certain little things like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fun. isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
I think one of them goes, well, I'm going to commit suicide. I went, Jesus Christ. Could you imagine just like in turning red, just like, oh my God, I'm going to blow my brains out. You're like, it shouldn't work.
I also like too that I think Pixar does a really good job at just establishing scenes with like a side character's life really quickly and moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think in Finding Nemo with the two pelicans is always like really good. But I really liked in this one with the two flies going towards the light. Like just as being that's the introduction to the big city.
Yeah.
I think in Antz, they never would really cut away to much else that was happening on in the world of Antz.
No.
That made Antz feel like a very small movie.
Which is funny because they're ants.
Yeah, which is funny because they're ants.
Yeah.
Whereas I think A Bug's Life does feel like it's a thriving...
Yeah.
There's more past the colony. If I'm
feel like-
comparing the two movies,
Yeah, totally.
it feels like there's a way vast world in it, in A Bug's Life.
And I feel like it almost stimulates your imagination. I feel like that's what Pixar does quite well. Of just being like, if I saw a bunch of bugs, I'm like, wow, I can understand this. Whereas if I'm looking at after watching Ants, I'm not going, I wonder who's in therapy right now. I wonder who's made some like beautiful 70s films and then done some horrible little things. Which ants a monster. But and a really creative way to just establish a scene. I feel like Antz has none of that really.
No, Antz was very bad at what it
But it
did.
was very good.
But it was very good. Very good. Once we get to the big city, I do find it funny that both movies wanted to depict a bar. They were like, we want to see how ants drink.
Yeah, I think such a common thing of just like, well, they're getting fucked up.
Yeah.
They're
A
ants.
miserable life.
Yeah, they're workers, so they're
Yeah.
probably gonna be fucked up right now. I mean, what are you thinking bar-wise? Now, I feel like, although I really like the green triangles and ants, I gotta tell you, would love to chew on a seed from this world.
I thought the seed looked nice. I got to tell you, the
grape?
blood. I thought the blood looked delicious that the mosquito had.
Oh my god, right?
That seemed like it got him an absolute rush.
That looked like crack cocaine.
It looked like he had a nang.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like he had. That was like, whoa, Pixar knows what's up.
He definitely didn't. He definitely said type A, but then I'm now thinking like, did he say hepatitis? He's just
Yeah.
like, fuck it up.
It looked like he got something where it was good.
Brother, I've got HIV. And
I'd love to know where it was sourced. It looked delicious.
The berries look great. I think just very. I mean, honestly, the
Everything looked tasty, and you
Yeah.
know why it looked tasty in comparison to Ants? Color. This movie uses a lot of color.
They're constantly like, we got to throw a berry in here because we're in a seedy tin can and it
Yeah.
still has more color. They're like, what if the tables were Coca-Cola
Yes,
bottles?
everything's just somebody's had some sense of imagination.
Yeah.
In Ants, it was always, what are they on? A mound.
I
Everything
feel
was a
like,
mound.
and you know what? I feel like it's a bit more I feel like in Ants they just had like pickaxes. In this
Yeah.
they're like, we've rolled a leaf up and that's his backpack, and a seed's a tin can,
If I could give a compliment to Ants, I do appreciate that Ants had a real threat to what was going on. That felt
What was
like
the threat?
Well, it just felt like
literally,
ants could die at any time. Like lots of ants would. It
Well, yeah,
just,
they killed a lot of ants.
They
but
killed a lot
I
of
wouldn't
ants.
praise it for that. But just like, what
I'm
if?
just saying I'm not on edge, and I was on edge during Ants.
Surely when Hopper arrives, you're on edge. I'm liking this world where it's a bit more kinder to the ants. But I will give you
that's
this.
not what life's
not-
like,
and that's
not what life is like.
and that's why
Oscar.
Ants has a higher Metacritic score because it's gritty
And it's very
It
good.
gets down. That's the thing.
And
it's
that's
very
the
good.
thing, it's very good.
But here's the thing. It is just. It is just, am I going to poo-poo the film because a stick insect and an ant are hanging out? Probably they're enemies, I imagine race wars happen quite a lot.
I
with
agree.
ants.
We should call the film out for that.
I-
A Bug's Life is lazy, and it's not to nature's qualities.
No. And that's what a lot of the critics were saying in 98.
Yep.
Lot.
They were saying that all the time.
Yeah.
And they were right to. They
Yeah.
were right to bring it up. They were right to bring the hammer down.
Yeah, it's nice in Monsters, Inc. They kind of addressed those allegations and didn't hire any pedophiles, which was nice.
They were great at doing that.
I'm pretty sure running through.
I feel like Pixar doesn't have, apart from Kevin, they haven't really
No, there's
stepped
surely
arena
surely
wrong.
they've definitely. I believe Wally was a freak, whoever. The little robot that got a little spin-off, I think he was a monster.
Yeah, I heard that too through the grapevine.
Oh, wait, no, what was about Pixar? Isn't, like, the main guy who did it, like, didn't he get cancelled?
Oh yeah, he got
Yeah.
cancelled,
Yeah.
but he's not a voice actor in anything. They bring the circus back.
Yeah.
Look,
What's this cliche called? Is it just the liar found out? Like, it's
yeah,
like...
no, it's just one of those. Isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, it's just...
There's a lie that's established, and they're all going to get found out.
Yeah.
Man, I think another thing too is as a kid, hated it.
I always hate.
I always hated it.
I again agree. As a kid, you're just like this. I remember like just tell the truth.
Yeah.
All I've been told as a kid is tell the truth,
Yeah.
and maybe the film's running that through my mind, and now I'm always telling the truth. But I'm pissed off because
Yeah.
I'm wasting my time.
I
here.
know. I was like, it's always going to come out. Stop lying. Stop lying. And I mean, look, a great lesson for a
Look,
kid.
and that's the thing, and that's you know, we're all about films should teach you a lesson or change your life or be ants.
I think as a kid, though, because as a kid, I was a big liar. So I guess when I watched it as well, I was like, I would have gotten away with it.
Yeah, Flik was a fool.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
It was funny,
I would
too.
use a better lie.
Because while they go through lying, in the end, they also try to lie to the grasshopper. So it's an
It's
odd
a
movie
mix.
of,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a lot about lying.
Sometimes you should lie to your enemy, but to your friend,
Friends,
nay,
no.
nay.
Never lie to your colony.
Yeah.
Lie to your enemy. That's what they had written down as their big motto for the film. Big message for the kids.
You gotta teach them something, you know?
You got to teach them something.
These circus freaks come back. They're like, hells yeah, we can't wait to be at the circus. Immediately the ants are like, so you guys are gonna go kill those grasshoppers, right? And they're like, oh, we don't want to do that. But then they get praise. I do like the circus freaks. Only motivation is praise.
Yeah, it felt like they actually had a circus consultant on the film.
Yeah.
Come in and say, "Oh no, that's all we want."
Yeah.
I've never met a clown doing it for fun. You know, they want the praise.
The praise and the highs of a laugh, you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
And that's most comedians, you know, that's most trapeze artists, that's most ring bearers. They're really in it for just the fleeting high of
I reckon
it.
they put giant shoes on for the love of it. They want the praise.
That's pretty much their crack.
Yeah.
That's their crack.
I also couldn't believe that this circus, 3 clowns. 3 clowns at this circus. That's a lot of clowns.
It's a lot of clowns, but can I say,
too many clowns.
You ever seen a circus of one clown?
It's
like a
usually
It's like
two.
it's like ironically like a rodeo. You don't want too many people for a rodeo, but you want 3 clowns.
But when the circus is 8 people, it's to have nearly 50% be clowns.
That's a circus, buddy. What circus you go into that's mainly trapeze? Get out of here. That's
The Circus Soleil,
Okay, well that they nailed it. Yeah.
the one that's still running worldwide.
I'm pretty sure
They've got 3 clowns, like 45.
Yeah,
trapezes.
they're all flipping and shit. But you know, back in '98, you could just you were mainly clowning.
Back in '98, they knew the circus was running out of time. It was on
Isn't it
death's
crazy? They were
doorstep.
just like, maybe we should fire these fools, and maybe the people that are actually talented should be front and center. I mean, let's kill the lion guy who's been torturing that.
Let's
lion
kill the
back
lion guy and the lion.
Yeah,
Let's just get that done with.
but the string stuff, I feel like that could work, and it did.
It really did.
Yeah.
They were like, what if we did plots without dialogue?
Guys, use the promo code WWWT to get 20% off your experience at
It only works for the Vegas shows, though. We have a big Vegas demo. So if you're there, check out O.
Go up to the booth and go, hey, Who Would Watch This boys sent me. And they're like, oh shit, front row.
The
And
2 Aussie lads told me to come here. They'll go, yeah, you're down the front. You're in the splash zone.
the last clown just jizzes on you.
Yeah,
You're
that's
like,
right.
Those who would
They
watch
go,
those boys.
You get picked out by the clowns. It's a great scenario we got. You're one of the first 80 people to take us up on this new exciting promo with the Who Would Watch This boys from
God,
Oz.
here's the thing. It's made them a lot of money. And dare I say,
Spend them a fuck ton of money, and that's why I'm pro circus.
I'm pro ants and pro circus. Those are my standings.
Every time a new Circus Soleil gets pitched, they're like, it can be greenlit. The investors are in if the Who Will Watch This boys are
Us
having
in
a
a suit,
promo.
just like, I don't know, does O really have what it takes to be our endorsement, you know? God.
Perform for me. They fly them all out here to perform for us in this very room.
Look, most of the shows are pretty cramped, but when they spread their wings, wow.
The fact that they work out how to flip in this fucking broom closet that we record in, that in itself that's impressive. They get attacked by a bird.
They get attacked by a bird.
A lot of the movie revolves around luck and perspective. So
that's life, baby. You know, and
is-
that's a bug, and that's a life.
That's a bug's
life.
They should have called the film that. They get attacked by a bird. Every time somebody views the perspective of the circus in the wrong way, it always just legitimizes everyone. It just kept happening the whole film. I was getting a bit sick of it, if I'm being honest. But we get this big bird attack. It's important to the plot. And that makes everybody really brave. Legitimizes everyone. Everyone's really happy with them.
Yes.
Everyone's like, wow, these guys can get away with it. It inspires the whole colony to branch out.
Well, then they're like, you know what? I feel like the circus people probably can't kill him. Why don't we make a bird?
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, the bird making scene, loved it. When they bit into a leaf and then brought it up and then made a shadow with that. Wow. I thought that was genius.
Interesting. I was kind of bored.
I was not.
Yeah. I think
No.
around this time,
No.
I checked out.
You checked out
I think
at
I
the
started
bird-making
to.
scene?
I think once the bird attack happened, I thought the movie started to plateau.
Yeah, look, we've burned through 45 minutes, and now we've got the bird-making scene, the circus fighting out scene, and then the bird action sequence.
Yeah, I just thought it was. I think the movie was riding okay, and I think it sort of started to peter out. I think Pixar as well got better at. This is obviously early in their career, but I think Pixar got a lot better at show don't tell. I think this one it was a lot of. The princess gets introduced and she's like, I'm nervous. I'm a nervous person. I'm a nervous bug. I'm just one of those nervous bugs that's in charge. Like, oh, okay.
I gotta tell you, I think they stopped doing like the plots, the love thing. I think maybe Mike Wazowski for comedy gets like a love interest.
Yeah.
But I hate this love interest. I don't think Flik and her work at all. I just wouldn't ship them. I wouldn't ship them.
And look, I know I brought it up about Antz, but I am sorry to say they've got no sexual chemistry.
Look, Woody and
Jennifer Lopez, who would usually work on paper in photograph form.
I would love that they filmed it like Rango and they were all on set, and then Woody Allen was just like,
I believe Jennifer Lopez insisted. She said, "I'm only doing this if Woody's in the booth with me."
I can't act. I'm a method person, so I need to be in love. I need to see my prey.
Yeah, I believe she rocked up and they were like, "We're just doing the booth," and she was like, "I was told we were doing this like a Zemeckis Christmas Carol sitch."
I got told we were doing this like a Manhattan situation. I thought I was filming in New York, and I thought I was going to be in a Woody Allen. Imagine me like, you want to be in a Woody Allen film? And be like,
Woody Allen's Antz. She was like, "Get me the lead. Get me the fucking lead right now."
But yeah, no, we get the bird making scene.
Yeah.
They're praised.
And then I think we can fast forward to when The Lie comes out.
Yeah.
The Lie comes out I think I didn't like when The Lie came out either. It was a lot of like, well, Flik said he could get away with it. And everyone's like, not you, Flik, and your lie. I'm like, I prefer when The Lie comes out in a more organic way.
It's janky. The circus wranglers like, hey, there were circus freaks. But at this point, they have a big bird, so I don't really. And they've also seen them be
I don't
brave.
know why they don't go ahead with The Lie.
Yeah,
it's weird that the Queen was like, let's just put our heads together and die.
Yeah,
why?
You've seen them be brave. You'd be like, okay, so you're circus freaks. That's bad. But we've got a bird, and you guys seem like you're pretty good.
You've done already all the work of the plan. What's wrong?
And you knew you don't have enough food.
Yeah.
So just like, this is better than what you had.
She's a weak character and she's right to give up the crown at the end.
Yeah.
You know who's brave? That little kid bug.
Love Dot.
Yeah,
Dot's
I didn't love Dot, but I did think she was
Whoa,
yeah.
yeah.
I thought she was a frustrating character.
You didn't like Dot? I feel like Dot had a lot. She had to learn to fly.
I didn't care.
Whoa.
She was a frustrating character. It was one of those ones where I was like, just get on with it.
Here's the thing: it's one of those films where that's the point. You actually need to be restricted.
It was good to be annoyed.
Yeah, exactly.
Bug's Life was like, it's good to be annoyed right now.
Yeah, exactly. That's the kind of film we're dealing with.
The only time I liked her, that hidey hole, that cave.
Pretty good.
That was sick.
They're in the stem of a plant.
That was unreal.
And they slide down it, and it's a little hole. Love the look of the hole.
That was cooler than any moment in Antz.
Yeah.
That was unreal.
Yeah.
I love that when they were like, hide in here. I went, they'll never find you in there.
No.
I blew my mind.
If I was a bug, last place I'd look.
I'm shocked they don't just live in there all the time. Because if they had done that to every single piece of grass and they're just hidden every time the grasshoppers come.
Pretty good.
Should have just done that.
Yeah.
Did they ever consider hiding?
I guess they did.
Oh, they don't move. It's the same thing with Antz. I was like, guys, just move.
Well, you got your whole thing set up. It seemed like it was
like a million of them in the caves. Just move.
You didn't see the ants. I think there's only 100.
It's
also
not enough.
Also, straight up, you have a home. Why would you move? Just because because a grasshopper came.
Yeah, somebody was bothering me.
Yeah,
somebody kept breaking in and being like, "Oh, I've eaten all your food. Get me more food. Try and earn more income." I'd be like, "I'm gonna go."
just foreclosed. I'm
Yeah,
fine.
no,
I'll find something else.
I can
I'll
go
camp
somewhere
out.
else.
I'll camp.
Happy to go anywhere you're not. That's fine.
It's crazy how easy it would be to steal your home. It seems.
Yes. Oh, very easy. I'm willing to give mine over to squatters ASAP, like that, in a click.
But yeah, no. So this whole the circus freaks leave,
Yeah.
and then the grasshoppers come back and be like, "What the fuck's going on right here, right now?"
Look, it's funny. We also get a climax with water, like in Antz.
Yeah.
But the ants realize. Oh, I don't know. There's a big bird scene. I did like the fact that the ringleader comes back and uses the flame.
Yes.
And that's what I thought when I was like, oh, this is the good, effortless Pixar stuff where they've set up things at the beginning of the movie you weren't expecting them to come back.
It feels effortless, doesn't it? You're just like, I wasn't expecting him.
I wasn't expecting
this burning bit to come back.
It's when they set up stuff at the beginning and it doesn't feel like it's important, you know, because that is what sets all the characters on their trajectory. So it's just great when it comes back into it at the end.
I always think, and it's such an easy writing tool of just if you have exposition or something that needs to come back, just use it in a comedy or just use it as a joke.
Yeah,
because everyone's always off guard. Constantly.
Yes, that's right. You go, well, that's just fun. You've done that for fun.
Yes,
not for payoff.
Yeah.
So I thought that was fantastic. Look, I think the climax is fun. I think this is where the villain said he's scariest.
Totally.
I do like the idea of being squished. I thought that was kind of threatening.
Yeah.
But again, I think Antz just had a better understanding of violence in a bug world.
I mean, a bunch of people got decapitated a la Vietnam, sort of vibes.
It was really powerful.
So yeah,
it was really powerful.
Yeah, I don't know if I could praise Antz for just going full hog on essentially war crimes.
I can.
Okay, praise it.
Because it's very good. It's very good. It's a critical darling.
I love you just being just sort of a coward like critic. Just like the Metacritic is pretty high. I guess it's pretty good.
It's very good. It's not for me. It's very good though.
I've said about so many other films, just like 92%. Look, I like it. It's just not.
It's not for me, but I can acknowledge it's very good.
God, the cinematography is great.
It's unreal. All of the acting is absolutely unreal. The writing, flawless. You can't fault anything in the film.
In the movie, Antz.
It's not for me. It's just not for me, but I can acknowledge it's very good.
Yeah, look, this bird is flown out. It's burnt.
Yeah.
Hopper's like, what the fuck?
I think the nighttime sequences with the fire, I thought, oh wow, they are really flexing what they can do with lighting in 1998 in a fully animated film.
They are, and I think there's certain bits where you go, oh, that's right, you guys just couldn't be done.
Yeah.
Even the water sequences, I'm like, looks a bit janky.
Yeah,
but
look, I think the rain falling isn't the best. Funny they've all got this. Funny both movies were like to an ant, like a little puddle of. A droplet is
as a whole. That's like their food.
Yeah, that's how it is. They can get stuck in it for a while if they're not
it
careful.
happens quite often, isn't it? It's
all
crazy
the time.
how many bits get played. And again, they are just cheating off each other.
Yes.
They did take all the.
You
notes.
wonder how ants really survive in a world like this.
It's tough.
It's
they're,
really
they're
tough.
They're really low, especially when grasshoppers are oppressing them. Not on.
I did appreciate that they didn't depict any people. I think that was a good difference between Antz and A Bug's Life.
Yeah.
Is to say we're not going to have.
And Antz is janky because they kind of half do it. They're like, whatever foot was it? I'm like, okay.
Well, I get why Antz goes, we don't want to show the people to an ant this is a really big existential threat. I get that.
Yeah.
But
I don't think it's even used as that way. It's almost just like I think they wanted it for the trailer. Ants getting stepped on, that's classic stuff.
Well, I mean, that's the life of an ant. That's what's very good about Antz is
it
that
depicts
element.
the life of an ant.
It depicts the life.
Whereas this is just some sort of honky-tonky story. I just don't know if this would be a thing.
Look, if you put both movies up side by side, what's more educational? Antz. What's a dream fantasy world that's fun and more enjoyable? A Bug's Life.
I love you using just like, look, it's more of like a shower compared to like a Schindler's List.
I fully agree.
Yeah, Antz is more of a 9-hour documentary on
what's real.
Yeah, exactly.
A Bug's Life is fodder.
It's cartoonish.
It's fairy floss to the beautiful steak dinner that is Antz. It's giving you what the life of a bug is. That's what the difference between the two is.
All I can just imagine is the camera panning down to Jennifer Lopez's ant legs, being like, and being like, look, it's good.
That's what it must be like to be an ant, though. I think the titles should swap because I feel like I understood what a Bug's Life was in Antz.
You're not getting the font. Because quite frankly, if you give them the font, it's 100%.
It's tough.
Citizen Kane couldn't do it.
Yep. So we've got our big climax where I will say though, when they have the monologue, not that the monologue had anything on me. When,
the monologue was pretty stunning,
Look, I didn't think anything of the monologue, but the big reveal of all of the ants being like, putting all their elbows together and gearing up. It gave me chills, and it's giving me chills now.
God, and that's teamwork.
That was really was very strong.
And that's the message of the movie, guys.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. They are absolutely able to crazy. They just become friends with the grasshoppers. The only issue with the grasshoppers was just the leader.
One bad apple.
It's just
one bad apple. That's all it is.
And then that feral one.
The feral one, and you didn't see the bloopers, but he has a great little monologue where he's almost like a Daniel Day-Lewis. He's a method.
I could tell. I could tell without knowing the bloopers that character was
actor.
He was a very good actor.
A very good actor. Yes, no. Hopper is taken by the bird, and in one of the most... I love this sequence because this is horrifying. He's screaming for his life. He wants to not die, and he is fed alive to the birds. And where's the tooth? Where's Pixar now? You never see Russell and Up getting devoured by birds, and I just think that lacks a lot.
Yeah.
Is Turning Red ever gonna have them? Being shotgunned in the face? I just don't think that's really what. I've never seen Turning Red. I think that would be a sequence that would work for.
You're right. Turning Red's about gun violence, and you wouldn't know it from the trailer, but it is.
No, Elemental should have that. I feel like they should snuff out the flame.
Well, they do, don't they? Isn't that a thing in the movie?
Yeah, I can't remember. There was like a magical flame that was better than all the others. I can't remember.
It didn't leave a big impact on me. No. It wasn't big for me.
No. But it is a okay film.
It's fine.
It's
fine for
Critics
kids.
said pretty good.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Everyone said Elemental is fine. I'm going to watch Hoppers. People seem to love Hoppers.
Yeah, me too.
The end of the movie, everything sort of comes together for them. The villain is defeated. They live life as is. The circus goes away, which I'd forgotten. I forgot the circus left them at the end.
Yep.
So if they were to come back, everyone would be dead, wouldn't they? Well, I mean, that's the life cycle of how long does an ant live?
Now, I was confused because I remember in Antz, they said the queen could last 30 years.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you what the lifespan of an average ant is.
Neither.
But look, you're right, but isn't that everything, You can say about any movie, if you came back to Field of Dreams, half the cast can be dead.
Well, they're ghosts, so...
Okay, well, bad movie, all right? Shawshank Redemption. Shrek.
You keep on naming.
Blade Runner. No, that's the future. They'd still be there.
Yeah.
They'd be still kicking.
Well, I guess I'm right.
Yeah, I guess you know.
You tried to poke 3 holes and it couldn't be done.
It's a seam. It's a water balloon that just can't be penetrated.
What did you think of the caterpillar's wings?
Pretty magnificent.
Did you laugh?
I fucking screamed with humor. You wouldn't believe the noises that were coming out my mouth when he had his wings. Like it was feral. It was feral. Carl, who would watch A Bug's Life, and which one's better?
Okay, so I think this is a double-edged sword here, because in the end, I've decided neither are good.
It's brave.
Neither are for me. I didn't like either of them. I think A Bug's Life is the better one of the two. I think it's got more joyous moments. It's a much more palatable watch. Though I think I think there's no ultimate bug movie yet. Crazy, we're in the year 2026.
Yeah, not me. 2023 is where I'm at. I'm 3 years behind.
What's the ultimate bug movie? I think
guess
people would say A Bug's Life, and I'm saying it hasn't been made yet.
Yeah, look, I'll give you that because you also got I guess Arthur and the Invisibles. Bad. You got Ant Bully, which is not very good. You got any?
Crazy, it's just not a good medium. It's not good plots are set.
Which is funny because I feel like
I like Fern Gully, but I feel like that's not.
That's more forest.
That's more forest and
fairies.
Pixie,
Yeah. That's more the imaginary things, and in that case, you can run wild. You know? Leprechauns are in that.
So it hasn't been done, and so guys, the playing field is open for anyone to come and grab this plot.
Yeah,
and
look,
do
it's
something
Ant
with
Zero,
it.
Bugs Life Zero, your own invention, maybe a possible one.
I think the common denominator here is why is an ant the lead of both? One of the least compelling parts of the bug world to me are ants. Give me something interesting.
Sorry, no, it's B movie. That's the best bug movie.
Bad as well. Like, it's just...
Get out of here. Get out of it. That's probably... You know what's actually crazy? That probably is the highest... That's probably the one that's the most B movie. That's probably the best.
But is it really a bug movie? Or is that really just like there's bumblebees and they're flying around saying, hey...
Seinfeld characters have been in bug movies? That's pretty crazy.
It was a big well in the 90s. So yeah, look, who would watch this? Anyone that has to toss up between the two, this is the one to watch.
Yeah.
But no, neither are going to satisfy you. Neither, and if you want a realistic one, Antz. If you want one that's more akin
if you want like a rich, complex sort of like just really gets in the nitty gritty of being an ant, it is Antz with a Z.
If you took both movies and you showed it to an actual ant, they would say my life is more like Antz. And so isn't that one maybe the better one?
Yeah, look, we're all about representation here. And quite frankly, the ant world / colony has yet to really be depicted through the POV of the ant, you know? And I just think, you know, maybe guys... Maybe open your ears, open your mind, and maybe stretch out your antennae. Yeah. Because, you know, it's their POV. And quite frankly, how are you going to enrich your own life if you're willing to close your eyes, you know? Or close your mandibles like ants.
I agree.
Yeah.
I fully agree.
Yeah. So who won? I think, you know, not the audience, because no one's really been informed.
Where are you sitting? What's your favorite of the two?
Oh, it's Antz. Sorry.
And we're done. And we're done.
It's just a very good movie.
It's a very good film.
And that's the issue, you know? That is the issue.
It's hard to come up against something that is unfathomably good.
It's good. It's nice to see the same movie I've just watched a week ago that they spent, I want to say, 1 year on opposed to 4.
Yes.
And it's just nice to see what a rushed... production can do for you, you know?
Yeah.
It's good. Isn't it crazy they just were like, we need computer science now, and they were like, we've made ants.
Do it. Well, I guess they'd done like Jurassic Park and stuff, right? So they were...
But who gives a shit about that, you know? Like, really? Woody Allen's been depicted as an ant. Do you think Woody Allen...
It's the height... I mean, is this up in Woody Allen's house? Yes. Did he ever forgive Pixar? No.
Did he ever get another go at it? No, I don't think so.
Nor does anyone care or want him to.
Whoa. I've not heard anything in the last 40 years, so I assume he should be in every voice acting role. I don't think The Simpsons actually uses him. I think they're doing a crude mocking of him, but I love he does a lot of ads in Japan in that Simpsons episode. He's just weak.
The other thing I'd say is it's nice to have a movie where the protagonist is not just annoying.
Which one's annoying?
I think like Flik is way better than Z.
Yeah.
Like the Flik was like, I'm just gonna get on with my adventure and do what needs to be done. Z didn't shut up. Z didn't have the bravery that needed to be done.
No.
Z sucked. But it's
again,
very good.
96% on Rotten Tomatoes. You really can't argue with that.
Fault it. It's very good.
It's crazy. These are the two best films that we've reviewed in the podcast. You know?
Yeah, they're some of the highest ever. And
I wouldn't put them high with other things. You know,
I still think even though these are the highest, like on the podcast we've done, you've still got to try and take down Unfriended 2 and Law Abiding Citizen. You've got to try and take them down.
Here's the thing. I think that's the telling thing. No one has gone back, and even as a Pixar film, people aren't rewatching this, which is, you know, telling. Except some people on my Letterboxd are like 5 stars. A lot of people.
There's nostalgia clouding this for sure. Pixar definitely got way better. There's nobody. If somebody's saying the best Toy Story film is the first one, they are lying.
I'd probably say the second.
Like, who's going to say who's going back and watching I think the first is tough to watch with the animation style.
No. Oh no, they updated it every 3 years.
I think it's. I've tried to. I think it's tough to watch. They're so broad. Like the lack of detail. It feels so like just sort of cubes walking around.
I don't know which version you've seen. They were updating that. Like they update that like every couple of years now.
You reckon?
Yeah. Oh. I don't know what they've got on Disney Plus, but I remember.
We should check after this because if they have, I'd love to go back.
It looks great. They're constantly updating it, guys. Check out Toy Story. You know, it's the new hit film. You know,
they're not putting a Bug's Life in their parks.
No. I think maybe that caterpillar might get. Is that the only sort of? I completely forgot about the butterfly. There's a lot of the grasshopper as well.
It's too many.
There's too many.
Of them.
They narrow down.
Nobody cares.
Yeah,
you can't meet any of these characters nobody's walking up to be like, I want to meet and greet with Flik.
I think you would actually. I think Flik would get a bit of a.
You would do it as a gag, but nobody's going to actually do it. There's a 7-year-old kid being like, "Get me with Flik."
I think Flik's not the funniest character. I think maybe
Flik's the realistic one they would make, though.
Yeah.
They're not gonna.
I feel like Richard Kine's character was called like Wilt or something, which I thought was
I
funny.
did appreciate that Richard Kine's like grasshopper looked like Richard Kind.
Yeah.
They gave him
They-
sort of
they
his
really nailed it.
hump and
They really nailed it, huh?
yeah.
God.
Oscar, what are we reviewing next week?
Carl, we love verses. And we're doing verses month, maybe a little bit longer. So guess what?
It's going to be 2 months at this rate, right?
Oh, God. I mean, because we have to do 2
We're
movies
not
per-
going to stop.
We
This
just
is what the
can't-
podcast is now.
We're just
actually.
versing and fuck
We're
it.
never
Fuck
going
it.
to do it.
We got Freddy versus Jason up against Alien versus Predator.
It's Freddy
And no,
versus
I'm not
Jason
talking.
versus
And
Alien
no, I'm not
versus
talking
Predator.
Z versus Alien. Just a little joke there. Kevin Spacey versus Woody. I guess that's really what we were watching. But yeah, if you have any suggestions, please ask www.podcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, if you send in an email, it'll probably get to us.
If not, yeah.
You know, sometimes we miss them.
Sometimes we miss
No,
'em.
no, we don't.
Nah,
Or do we?
nah,
Kind of.
Thank you.
Are you playing us out?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, keep going. It's going to be great in an audio medium. It's really going to land.
Thank you.